Friends, join me in giving charity extra tzedakah and in a prayer for the well-being of our brethren in Eretz Yisrael, for the safe return of all those hostages, for the wounded and the sick, and for the resurrection of all those who have been murdered. Because it's mind-boggling, the sheer numbers of the people who have been massacred. No difference of age, no difference of color, no difference of observant, not observant, what political party you voted for. All of them, as the Rambam calls them, kedoshim, martyrs. But it's mind-boggling how evil some, in form of humans, how they can be. This evil has to be eradicated. And finally the world recognizes it. Our hearts are broken, crying out to Hashem. How much more do we have to endure on the road to redemption? A 2,000-year journey is time to come to its end, and please Hashem, bring the end now. We know we are at the end. But why waiting an extra moment and more suffering? We know there is light at the end of the tunnel, but we want to see it now. What light am I talking about? So listen to what one of the great Hasidic masters in the mid-1800s writes in his Sefer Oyer LaMeir, the light for Meir, the light to shine. And he talks about Egypt, where the Torah discusses the exile, Galus Mitzrayim, and the redemption of Mitzrayim. The freedom coming out of Egypt. And as we know, Egypt is the symbol of all exiles, and Egypt is the symbol of redemption. Geula, the redemption from Egypt, is the symbol of all, of the final redemption. And there it says the following. One of the plagues, actually the last plague, the 9th plague, plague of darkness, where it says that while the Egyptians were plunged in total darkness, for the Jewish people there was light in their quarters, in their homes. It says, what light are we talking about? It says the light, what we're talking about is the light that God created in the first day of creation. God said, let there be light, and there was light. So the Medrash tells us that light which God created then, in addition to just illuminating the physical world, the universe, but this is also a light which God has actually stored, that is going to be shining at the end of days, in the time of Moshiach, in the time of redemption. And the Medrash says that while the Egyptians were plunged in the darkness, the Jewish people had a reflection, had a glimpse of that light. That light, that Messianic light, that Moshiach light, that perfect light, the light of the perfect world, a peaceful and a perfect world. This is what they were benefiting from already there. And here's a fascinating observation that he makes. I would say prophecy. We know that the Hebrew letters, Hebrew alphabet, also has numerical value, which is called the Gematria in Kabbalah. B'moshvoisam, there was light in the homes of the Jewish people. Let's go through this. B'moshvoisam, Bet 2, Mem 40, Shin 300, Bet again 2, Taf 400, Mem 40, which gives us a total of 784. Says Reb Meir Yehuda Shapira, Meir the light, Yehuda, which refers to Shevet Yehuda. Moshiach, who is a descendant of David, who is of Shevet Yehuda. And he says the following. 784 corresponds to the year 5784. At that time, that light, which they had a reflection of in Egypt when they came out of exile, is the light that is going to shine in the year 5784. And we're praying to God, please, 5784 is a long year. That's 365 days. Please, do it today, the 26th day of the beginning of this year. Chavav Tishrei, today, now.